Okay, we are live with Get the Tables podcast episode, 13. I'm your host, Tony, as always, with my two co-hosts, the bizarre one, Dave, and Justin. How you guys doing tonight?
Phenomenal.
Doing good.
Nice. All right, tonight we're going to touch on Raw, SmackDown, and a little bit, I guess, other wrestling news if anybody wants to touch on tonight. It's been a really, really long wrestling week. If you want to count NXT, SummerSlam, Raw, and SmackDown, it's been about 13 hours of wrestling. If you also want to include NXT and the CWC, it'll be 15 hours of wrestling in the past 5 days. So
if you want to count those few TNA fans, another 2 hours right there.
Yeah, so that's a lot of wrestling. So if I expect it to be a slow night tonight. So everybody's recovering from that long SummerSlam weekend. But let's move on. Everybody knows the news that Balor is out with a shoulder injury. He got hurt this past Sunday at SummerSlam. Shoulder injury. They said he'll be probably out for 6 months. So I'm assuming a return at the Royal Rumble. Anyways, that meant that Balor has to give up his title. He gives up his title, and Foley and Stephanie make a tournament. Is SmackDown finished? Yes, SmackDown is finished. Foley and Stephanie make a tournament pretty much for Raw, saying they're going to have a series of matches throughout Raw, and the winners will go on to have a match next week on Raw in a Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Title. Kind of funny because like Enzo was out there, he didn't get picked, and then the guys that did get picked, like Neville, wasn't even out there. It was weird.
Yeah, that's where they did that.
And then everyone except like Enzo and Cass, and then Roman and Rusev never really even had a match.
Right. So the matches were Zayn, Rollins, Owens, Neville, Reigns, Jericho, and Cass versus Rusev. And like we said, the winners would go on to next week and face each other in a Fatal 4-Way for the title.
Do you guys like that with this whole make them put a series of matches together to get a title shot, or would you guys rather see like a Gold Rush type tournament?
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I like the series of matches.
I didn't mind the series of matches. The series of matches. I just wish they kind of picked the different people. And that's what happens when people are hurt, man. They have to pick the guys that they always used before. And Cass was a nice, refreshing person to use, but he's currently in a tag team that I don't want to break up yet. So.
Yeah, but Vince really likes Cass, so that's why they put him out there.
Oh, definitely. Can't blame WWE for this, though. Yeah, I mean, it's not their fault, yeah. I just wish, I
wasn't blaming them for this. I was just saying, I would think it would have been cool if they included, like, the whole roster and do, like, a tournament that would culminate at Clash of the Champions. Do, like, a big... Like they did back in the day with The Rock, that one with, what was it, Mind Game? Not Mind. It was, I can't remember the name of that tournament, but they did it with The Rock turned heel or whatever. But yeah, they did this huge tournament back in the day, and it culminated at the big pay-per-view. I think something like that would have been cool.
Yeah, but I think if people had to wait for the pay-per-view, they would have been pissed.
That's true. Hell yeah.
I guess is this kind of Raw's way, like they used to do back in the day? I'm sure you guys remember this. When SmackDown had the pay-per-view that month, Raw would have like a better matches for a title, and then vice versa. You remember that?
Yeah, but I just think they had no other choice.
I would have crowned one last night if they really wanted to.
Yeah, they definitely could have.
But they probably. I'm not sure what's going on next week. Excuse me, but. Especially with the school year starting, they need to have reasons for kids to stay up for watching a 3-hour Raw. Literally, WWE has less than 24 hours to create a new storyline because I'm sure there was a plan for Balor. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no question. there's no question there was, but even there was reports that night even that Balor was walking around in a sling and they was worried about it.
Oh yeah.
So we're probably already like, okay.
To Balor though for popping that sucker right back in place and wrestling the rest of the match. That kind of happened early in the match.
Yeah, I mean we all seen it, and you could probably I even said it was cringy. You know, when you first seen it happen like that, it's like,
yeah, he just popped it. It was pretty nasty.
And it's the second time that someone's got hurt from this move. I mean,
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't think it's. So, what is the official injury? I'm not sure what the official injury was.
Torn labrum.
Torn labrum. There you go. He did have surgery today. They didn't say how long he's going to be out for, but I think 6 months is like a.
6 months would be like February.
February, yeah.
Yeah, and I think February is just like the safe bet. But I honestly think he'll return at Royal Rumble. There's no doubt. Have him return at Royal Rumble, and then that crowd will go nuts. That's when usually people make returns, so I wouldn't doubt it. But you never know. They may save it for Raw.
I would rather
wait 7 months. Yeah, I don't know. You know, John Cena, he'd probably come back in 3 months. Yeah, because he's Superman, but I don't know. I wish Balor the best. That's insane. That sucks.
It sucks, yeah.
Oh man,
it's eerily similar. Did you guys think Daniel Bryan when this happened?
A little bit.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think he's that injury prone. He didn't get injured at all in NXT, and he took rougher spots. I think this was just a freak accident.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but just the whole aspect of the whole thing. You win the title, then the next night you gotta vacate it. Even though Daniel Bryan didn't have to vacate it the next night he won it, but it was just one of the. It just reminded. It was a similar situation. I'm not saying similar things gonna happen. I'm just saying the situation seems similar.
Right. So not to touch on Raw too much, we had Zayn versus Rollins, Owens versus Neville, Reigns versus Jericho, Cass versus Rusev, like I said. Which I didn't like was Rusev walking out on the match because that made me think, you know, it's the world title. He doesn't give a shit about it. I mean, that's
two nights in a row he didn't compete.
Yeah, so maybe there is something up with him. Maybe he is actually kind of hurt. I don't know, but it's kind of silly.
I mean, it's so stupid.
Thanks for the
it's your world title. But Rusev doesn't care. I mean, it's not Rusev. It's the creative team writing behind him. But they make him look so stupid. Like, oh, it's the world title. I don't care. It's just the world title.
Right. It's only a world title shot. You know, I don't like that. But Cass gets the win. He moves on to the Fatal 4-Way. Then we had Zayn versus Rollins, which was a good match as well. Rollins gets the win. That was pretty much an obvious. I think that was obvious.
Yeah, but the Zayn was freaking awesome in that. But like sprained his ankle or something.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
Yeah, Zayn was selling great in that match. Rollins got the win on that. Owens took on Neville in a kind of like a random match to me. That was just pretty much a match that you knew Owens was going to win again. So Owens got the win. And we had Reigns versus Jericho for the main. I think this is a test to see how Cass can do in a main event by himself and see how the reception is. He's definitely going to be
high up on him, so.
They're very high on him, that's for sure. He's definitely going to be cheered in the Fatal 4-Way. We'll make our predictions here in a few minutes. But I don't know. It was kind of random for him to just be thrown into the mix. But
plus,
I guess
he's the only face on the match, so you know.
Well,
Reigns, yeah, there you go.
Reigns taking on Jericho, good match. I like the match. Owens tried to help Jericho get over, but Reigns ends up picking up the win. So in the Fatal 4-Way, we're gonna have Cass, Reigns, Owens, and Rollins. Okay, you have to make your prediction right now. Who wins? Justin, go for it.
Oh, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. Okay. Rollins says Texas Kid for life, of course. Dave?
I mean, to me, it's almost obvious who's winning this. I mean, I think Rusev's going to interfere and screw up Reigns. There's no way the WWE is going to give Cass the title right now. And there is no way in hell the WWE is going to let Kevin Owens be the world champion. I mean, that's just my opinion. I would love that. Believe me, I would love Owens as the champion. That'd be awesome. But to me, it seems like they're going to go back to Rollins again.
All right, so I got Justin Owens. Dave got Rollins. I'm going to go with the damn shock of the year. I think they're going to do Cass.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go Cass. I think it's not going to get a good reception with the internet crowd, of course. But I think like they're going to make him like the underdog, and I just have this feeling, man. Just have this feeling.
Yeah.
I just think it's too soon to make a rookie like champion after he's only been up for like a month.
I do too. But it's fucking Vince, man. It's
I wish,
Vince.
and then I wish they would give him the damn jackknife powerbomb. That'd be badass too. I mean, he's not compared to Diesel or whatever, but just to give him that powerbomb would be funny. So
I just have this feeling, man.
I love Kevin Owens as champion. I mean, that would be freaking awesome. But I just don't see it. And I think they want to continue a Rusev Reigns feud. I think they want to continue that, and that will keep that going for the next pay-per-view. And then I just don't think I think Rollins will probably pin Cass to win the title.
I agree on that one, but I just have I'm going with a bold prediction, but I agree. I think if anyone's going to win, it's going to be Rollins. Safe bet would be him over Cass.
I didn't think you have Rollins as champion, and then when Finn Balor comes back, he can come right after Rollins.
Right.
yeah.
One more thing to touch on Raw. We had the debut of Bayley, finally. Months of waiting, finally. She debuted in a Charlotte segment. So, and she had a match against Dana Brooke, which was not a bad match. Rollins is the only one who can carry the brand as champion on this short notice. Watch wrestling for 4 days in a row. Now time for football season. See, that's what a lot of people are going to start seeing. I swear, people are going to be feeling the same way he is. Raw better step their game up.
Yep.
Let's see. Bayley debuted. She took on Dana Brooke. Good match. Bayley wins. Looks like you didn't think they're pushing her too soon into the title picture?
Yes.
Should they have debuted her differently? You know, like just bring her in. Oh, Bayley's here, but it was Brooklyn. Her and Sasha had the epic match last year.
Yep.
She had a good match this year at Brooklyn. I mean, why not debut the same place?
They just touched on what I just said. Everybody, they're burnt out from wrestling. And I told her, I just said at the beginning of the show, I don't know if you guys were in here, I said if you watch NXT, SummerSlam, Raw, and SmackDown, that is 13 hours of wrestling.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot for a weekend.
Right. And if you want to include tomorrow, if you watch NXT and the Cruiserweight Classic, that's 15 hours of wrestling. And if you are TNA fans, you know, like Dave, he'll probably watch TNA for the TNA report. It will be, 17 hours of wrestling. So that's insane. That's just a lot of wrestling. Totally understand if you guys are burnt out. Like, I'll be surprised if the SmackDown's ratings are really good because after, you know, NXT, SummerSlam, Raw, and SmackDown, I mean, after Raw, I mean, a lot of people may be kind of like, ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just put SmackDown on the replay. You know, I would totally understand people on that. But Bayley debuts. I do think they're rushing her because I don't think she's going to win. Do you think Charlotte is the best? I have been a fan of WWE for 14 years. That's awesome, man. Thanks. This is Get the Tables podcast. Oh, we forgot to touch on the Dudleys. Wow. That's
wow.
Son of a,
We'll get the Tables podcast where we do a show every Tuesday night after SmackDown Live. Just kind of give our thoughts on Raw and SmackDown, and glad to see you in here. If you'd like, just hit that follow button. Throw some hearts if you don't mind. And we just here talk wrestling. And no, you didn't miss the giveaway, but I think I'm gonna do it another shot because I had to do it from another Periscope account. So that's why I have a question. Which account are you guys using more? I am gonna try to do a thing where a Periscope from both accounts, but I'm going to most likely Periscope from here because I have more followers here, and we get more people coming here on this account. But I'm gonna try to do it from both. You think Charlotte is the best bet for the women's title on Raw? That is.
Right now, yes. I mean, there's, I guess, some girls that can compete with her, but I think she's the best bet to keep it for right now.
Right. Dave?
She's on a different level than anybody right now. There's no one who can do what she's doing right now on the roster, I don't think. Because there's no one you can give the title to right now. I mean, unless you want to go Sasha Banks when she gets back, but...
No, Sasha's not Charlotte. How
Yeah,
can
but I'm
you
just
from both accounts from an iPad? And Panama Zach. I think it's Zach or is it Jack? I apologize. My dumbass did it from I was periscoping SummerSlam, and my account got reported and I got suspended. So that was my bad, which is why we had to do it on the other account. So before we touch on SmackDown Live. Thank you, everyone, for coming in for SummerSlam. We had over 100 views on Periscope. It was awesome. I guess someone just reported us. I'll follow back now. Appreciate that. Yes, please do. And we appreciate everybody coming in there. That was awesome. Thank you, everybody. So let's touch on SmackDown Live. First off, they have a new SmackDown set. What did you guys think of the new SmackDown set?
I like it. I think it's badass.
Do you want to touch on the Dudleys at all, or no?
Oh, gosh darn it. Got it. Man. Yes, the Dudleys. They're actually honestly done with the WWE. They officially, I guess, retired from the WWE. I guess I guess pretty much is. I wanted Bubba to turn heel. I was waiting for it. It never happened. The club ended up attacking him at the end, getting more heat on them, and that's the club I like to see. The guys that just fuck things up, not the guys that are doctors and that stupid gimmick. Taz touched on it on his podcast this morning, or his radio show, I'm sorry, and I thought it was perfect. Dudley's going into the Hall of Fame, no doubt. I just thought their gimmick was dumb, and this was nice to see them come out there and attack the Dudleys, get more heat on them. But what do you think about the Dudleys leaving? Definitely not. They're not going to go to TNA.
Hey, you never.
Don't expect them to see them. Expect them to see them on the NDC, House of Hardcore, stuff like that. It'd be cool to see them on ROH. That'd be interesting. But definitely see them on House of Hardcore with the Tommy Dreamer. But what was your thoughts about them leaving, and what do you think was why they lost?
Who?
I mean, why they left. I'm sorry, the Dudleys.
Yeah.
Dave, go ahead. You go first.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did hear that they did sign contracts, like you were telling me offline before, but they weren't actually finalized yet, so they just agreed to just part ways. And, I mean, it was weird. I mean, I said something like, maybe they signed a deal, but it seems like their WE contract period is done. So it would have been kind of cool to see them move to SmackDown, I think, but I guess their whole WWE deal is done, so that kind of sucks because I don't think they really got a fair shot when they come back, and I would feel like they should have at least got one shot at one last run as champions. And if they do go somewhere else, I mean, let's be honest. If they did go, they've been to TNA back and forth a few times. I'm not saying they will, but if they did, they would at least get used right on that part. But if they did show up in like House of Hardcore or ROH, which House of Hardcore is probably more likely. But yeah, I mean, it was a weird segment. The way they kept pandering to the fans, you kept kind of thinking something was up. But other than the Shining Stars, and then
before Justin touches on it, I just think they were probably tired of the way they were booked, and I think WWE dropped the ball again. Like someone commented on Periscope, they should have won when they returned. I totally agree with you on that. And I think they should have been drafted to SmackDown. I think they dropped the ball.
I think
Justin
put there now. I think if they were put there now, but I know they're not going to, they would fit perfectly because I think they would get a fair shot the way SmackDown is running things right now. Even the Ascension, I know we're not on SmackDown yet, but even the Ascension looked really strong tonight.
Yeah, even the Ascension have a chance on SmackDown. they would not have a chance on Raw. Justin, your thoughts before we touch on SmackDown?
Yeah, I mean, watching the segment, it was pretty good. There's them saying their goodbyes. But I kept watching Bubba Ray. He kept kind of like stepping behind him, while he was talking, pacing back and forth. I thought for sure every time he keeps walking behind him, standing there, he's just going to attack him and turn heel like we all wanted. But, I mean, it sucks they're leaving. They're one of probably the best tag teams in the world, if not maybe the most decorated. I don't know. I think Legion of Doom has maybe more titles. I don't know. But, I mean, they're definitely up there. And them, along with the Hardys and the Edge and Christian, gave us the TLC. So, I mean, they definitely go out on a high note, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Someone commenting Bubba or Devon will be a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble. Who do you guys think would be the better person to induct the Dudleys, Heyman or ENC? That was a question in the
Hardys and Edge and Christian induct them. Hell, I mean, I'd love to see all three teams in the Hall of Fame.
Edge and Christian is a good one, and so is the Hardys. Paul Heyman is my bet, or Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, I can see that.
Definitely.
Would have been nice to see Foley Ray in WWE. Yeah, it would have been, and we never know. We may see him. You never know. You never know. They may have signed a contract, and who knows? They may have signed something to where they come back or something. Hey, how you doing? Hardy Boys, I'm sorry I didn't see that. They got Bully Corbin right now. Yeah, TNA, yeah, they sure do. All right, let's talk about SmackDown. They had a new set. All you guys said that you liked it. I thought it was nice. It's nice that they are differing from Raw and SmackDown. Both have different sets. They debuted a women's title, and SmackDown was easy to watch, 2 hours. Yeah, that's what everybody's going to say now. Tag titles debuted with new tag titles and women's title belt. What did you guys think of the tag titles and the women's title belts? Justin, what was your thoughts?
On these belts, I mean, they actually look okay. Even, the tag titles, they're not like deep blue like the brand is. They're sort of like a darkish blue, so you can't really tell. And putting the silver instead of the copper on the belt, I think, was a good touch. And then the women's belt actually doesn't look bad either. It's not all blue anyway, so.
Yeah, that's what I think a lot of people are afraid of. And I thought that was black belts with the tag. I thought the tag titles were black. The strap was black.
I did it at first also.
And I like the touch. Maybe that's what Raw should have done with the Universal title. Just a little bit of red on that title, not make it completely just with the whole strap red. I think the way they did SmackDown made it look a lot better with the women's side. Just a little bit of red right there.
Yes.
And just the silver. I think even though they are basically the same titles, which that's what we got to remember too. Without us thinking we want all these old titles brought back, but it's still the same company. So why wouldn't it still basically be the same titles?
Right.
It's still women's division. It's still tag division. And they're going to be called World Tag Champions.
Right. So basically, what they did was they had all the tag division and the women division in the ring, and they basically said they're going to run similar to what they did on Raw. Run a tournament, and the winners will face each other at BackLash, which is in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy. 2 weeks.
Except for the women, they're going to do a six-pack challenge.
A six-pack challenge, yes. I bet they will give Dean a new title soon. Maybe. My bet is Becky versus Nikki. Becky wins. Not the biggest Dolph fan, but I'm starting to feel bad for him. Yeah. We'll touch on Dolph here in a few minutes. Heath Slater ends up coming out, interrupting Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, saying that he wants to get a shot with the tag titles. Daniel Bryan pretty much said, if you find yourself a partner, that you will be entered into the tournament and you'll have a match next week. Later on, they announced that he found out he picked up Rhino. So it's going to be Slater and Rhino as a tag team. And also, Shane McMahon made the stipulation that they have to win it all, meaning win the titles for him to be on the roster. Why not Kurt Hawkins? Because I don't think he's going to be there until after BackLash.
Tommy Dreamer tweeted out that late September That when Hawkins' final dates are done.
Right. Yeah, he has some final dates to do in the indie scene, so he'll probably won't be able to do them until probably after Backlash, sometime after Backlash.
Yeah, I also like the fact that he went to Arn Anderson too. That was freaking
That
awesome.
was cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Styles comes out pretty much saying that he deserves to be the number one contender because he beat John Cena, which then made Ziggler attack him from behind because before SmackDown actually started, Styles is kind of bragging in the locker room and kind of took some shots at Ziggler, which pissed off Ziggler. And damn, boom, there you go. Set up your match for tonight with the main event where Daniel Bryan made a match for Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler to face each other.
You mean AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler?
I'm sorry. Gosh, who did I say? Did I
Daniel
say
Bryan?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles to face each other. And if Ziggler wins, he would be entered into the main event at Backlash versus Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles in a triple threat match. If he loses, it would just be Styles versus Dean Ambrose in a regular one-on-one match. So, yeah, I mean, the opening segment, they started off hot.
Yes.
Kind of like said, wait, what's up?
I mean, the first match, they went right into a I'm sorry, I started getting used to a women's match to start off the show, which was different.
Why was Styles even wrestling if he was already in the match?
Well, he wasn't.
Because basically he was trying to keep it a singles match. This is why he was in the match.
Oh, because even Daniel Bryan said it. AJ, if you beat Dolph, you'll get a one-on-one shot with Dean Ambrose, and Ziggler, if you win, you'll make it a triple threat.
Yeah, so he was in no matter what, basically.
He was in no matter what.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point, but yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's why he was in it.
Yes,
first match we had. I missed the first match. It was Bliss versus Becky Lynch, right? And Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
You think Bryan must have botched it? Maybe, possibly. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe that's maybe. Well, he said basically. Well, he did say before he made the announcement that Styles, you deserve to be in the main event. So that's they should have been like AJ. If you win, you pick the stipulation. So yeah, Bliss gets the loss against Becky Lynch. I don't know if that had anything to do with the six-pack challenge or not. So Becky Lynch goes over on Bliss. AJ versus Dean, falls count anywhere would be amazing. You never know; it could happen.
Any match will be.
I think anything with Styles is going to be a great match. Honestly,
I wouldn't mind a cage match between the two.
Is Cena officially on break? According to AJ at the start, it seems like he is on a break. Not sure for how long, but he has a show he has to film, and he'll be gone for a little while. So Grit, whatever it's called. I'm not sure. I don't really care. I don't watch it.
Show did terrible in ratings. I'm surprised it came back.
Yeah, Rumble probably or Survivor Series. Yeah. Then we had Usos take on Ascension in the tournament, one of the tournament matches. The Usos got the match. That was a quick match. Styles is literally close to my favorite wrestler now. He's close to Seth for me. That's cool. But I bet they saved Cena for Rumble, probably. Usos versus Ascension. Anything y'all want to say about that match? Is there anything to say about that match?
Nah, you knew who was going to win that one pretty much.
That was a good match for the Ascension. Actually looked really strong in this match. I thought they did better than I've ever seen them look in a while. But yeah, other than that,
should decide. Do you really think they'll put Brock in the Rumble? We're going to touch on Brock at the end of the Rumble in just a few minutes. Let's go to one of the segments I really enjoyed tonight, and it even had something even happened on the post show on Talking Smack, which was Carmella and Nikki. Carmella and Nikki were supposed to have a match. First off, they didn't give her no mic before she came out, which was different. No mic.
Wow.
Yeah, so because she wasn't really getting over with the crowd, anyways. Nikki's in the ring. Renee Young's about to interview her because she's back for her first official match on SmackDown. And from behind, Carmella attacks her, takes her out, beats her up, pretty much turns heel. Kind of like that double heel kind of move. And I enjoyed it.
So did I.
I think Carmella's gonna be a really good heel in the WWE or on SmackDown, I should say. And then on Talking Smack, I don't know if anybody of you saw, Nikki was on the show and being interviewed again with Daniel Bryan and Renee Young sitting down talking, and Carmella attacks her from behind, throws her hand on the desk, and she starts beating her up again. So this is going to become
like that.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's starting to become a very heated feud.
Yep.
And this is why I think these two are not going to be in a title picture for the women's title. I think these two are actually going to face each other at BackLash.
I already said it's a six-pack challenge.
Yeah, it's a six-pack challenge. They're all 6 of them going to be in the match.
All 6 of them in the match?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll probably have a match next week or before, you know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Gotcha. I can't wait for Brock to F5 Shane through the Talking Smack table. Yeah, it may happen someday. So y'all guys enjoyed the Carmella heel turn?
I did, yeah. It pretty much had to happen, basically. She was getting 0 reaction when she came out. So, pretty much it had to happen. And I was reading where I guess Nikki Bella wants to be face all the time anyway. She'd rather be a face than a heel. So, it's a good swap for both of them.
Well, she's been heel for a couple of years now, too.
Yeah.
Nikki. And it's a good change. It kind of threw me off for a minute because before the match started, I'm like, why is Renee Young interviewing Nikki Bella? She's a heel. And why is she talking all nice? And then Carmella jumped her. That could throw me off.
Appreciate the hearts. Everybody giving me hearts. We really appreciate all the hearts. Are really, really welcome. The more hearts, the better. The more hearts gets us more recognition on Periscope, gets more people coming into the show, gets up popping up on the trending thing or whatever it's called. So the more hearts, we really appreciate all the hearts everybody's doing for us. Thank you guys.
It was good, but is Carmella... we'll see if Carmella can really sink or swim, though, because she's going against one of the top women in the WWE. So when she does go up against her, can Carmella sink or swim? Because she's not proven yet.
Yeah, but I think Carmella is not a bad wrestler. She's one of the good ones in the WWE.
Especially when she was in NXT, she had really good matches.
Carmella should have gone to Raw to be with Enzo and Cass. Yeah, I agree. But hopefully, I think this heel move is a nice little refreshing, and hopefully it'll make something out of Carmella.
I will say that I'm glad that Nikki Bella is back. It's cool that she came back, but for her to come back from that kind of injury. She was almost as bad as Daniel Bryan was. So, for her to come back, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if we see a Brie Bella come back at all.
Yeah, it's weird. She retired, and now Daniel Bryan came back, so it's weird.
Right. And one more thing to talk about Talking Smack. I really enjoyed that show. The post show right after SmackDown. And Daniel Bryan and The Miz actually got into it again. And because The Miz got on the show, he was upset that the IC title wasn't mentioned on SmackDown. And, he was going off. Even to the point to mentioning to how Daniel Bryan can't wrestle anymore. Daniel Bryan just ended up leaving the stage. It was a pretty heated moment. Definitely something I think you two should go and see, even you. You guys, was it a shoot or a storyline? I think it was storyline, but the way it was, are they teasing me versus Bryan? I don't know. I don't think so. But the way
Bryan did say in an interview recently that it has made it even harder by sitting out there watching the matches. His wrestling, it's even harder to deal with.
Right. I agree. I bet it is. But, man, just go back and see it. It was I actually thought The Miz really did really well. And I'm not a real big Miz fan. I thought The Miz really did really, really good. I think Bryan will have at least one more match, a safe one. Hopefully. We'll see. Miz being a true 100% heel should be utilized better. And I agree. He's good as a heel. The Miz as a heel is good.
He is. Yes, he is.
Right now, I give him props. He's good.
There's really no room for him tonight, honestly.
Uh-oh. So you're about to die?
Yep.
Okay, so Justin's about to head out, guys. His iPad's about to head out. So Two-man booth for the rest of the night. Not too much more to cover. So, Justin, you have a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better, man.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, bye.
All right, so it's just two-man booth. Yeah, so let's touch on 3 more things, maybe 4 more things actually. Randy Orton making his return. He even was on the show after his little busted open incident on SummerSlam, as everybody's known. It's been talked about for the last couple of weeks, or for the last couple of days, I should say. His return, he was never gone. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
For him to even back 2 days later after all that's pretty impressive.
Right. So Randy Orton's about to make his, he's about to talk, and Bray Wyatt interrupts him. I think they're really teasing the feud. I liked how Bray didn't attack him, kind of just vanished. The lights went off and he was gone. Do you think they face each other at Backlash, or they kind of wait till till Orton's 100% healed on the head to face each other?
I think by the reason he didn't attack him tonight is simply because of it just happened 2 days ago. I think in technically 3 weeks, 3 full weeks, almost 4 weeks till the pay-per-view. I think he would almost be good by then. You know that? By Backlash, that's almost 3 full weeks before he would have to wrestle. So I think they could actually do a match at Backlash.
That was supposed to happen at SummerSlam. It was supposed to happen at SummerSlam. Bray Wyatt was supposed to attack Randy Orton during the match at SummerSlam. Randy Orton was supposed to get busted open. Don't get me wrong. That was all planned and everything. But it wasn't supposed to be like that. He was not supposed to get opened up to that extreme. Is that confirmed? Yes, it is confirmed, because the reason why is because there was an incident between Jericho and Brock Lesnar backstage right after SummerSlam, where Jericho got pissed off at Brock for what happened, and Vince McMahon himself pretty much had to tell Jericho it was a work. He was supposed to be open. He was supposed to bust him open. I read about Jericho and Lesnar thing. By the way, props to Jericho. Yes, props to Jericho, man. Man has balls, man. Going up to Lesnar, defending Orton like that. Huge respect to Jericho like that. He didn't back down like no wussy or nothing. And Jericho cares so much about this business and who he works with. Yes, exactly. So he was supposed to be busted open, but not to the point to where he was supposed to get 10 staples and concussed like that, because Randy Orton didn't know the hell where he was at. And he really cares for everyone, and he sees the bullshit through Bach. Yeah.
Don't forget, Jericho also beat up Goldberg back in the day in WCW.
Right. So, I mean, Jericho don't back down from nobody. And, yeah, so I think Bray Wyatt was supposed to get involved somehow. I don't think Randy Orton was supposed to be busted open to that extreme. I think he was supposed to get busted open, but not to the point to where he couldn't see or couldn't move or couldn't even do nothing after the match.
I heard something where Brock and Jericho got right nose to nose with him, and Brock said, "Either kiss me or punch me."
Yeah, someone said that on Periscope too. Yeah, so okay. Then we had Shane backstage getting interviewed. They talked about the Brock Lesnar incident, where Stephanie only fined Brock Lesnar $500, pretty much slap on the wrist for what he did to Shane, and he said pretty much this is not the end of Shane and for Brock and I. I do not want to see this match. It's probably going to be Brock and Shane at Royal Rumble.
I don't know if they do Royal Rumble, because that'd almost be a throwaway. I mean, if you want to go, because you got the video game coming out, and
Shane brings in Goldberg. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I don't even think Goldberg just said, I seen it on an interview that he said in September he's filming a movie.
I mean, Royal Rumble is in January. WrestleMania too. He could do it all the way to WrestleMania too. Heyman with Brock, Goldberg with Shane.
Yeah.
Brock has a big mouth. My dad actually met Lesnar once, and he told me that Brock is, yeah. Brock doesn't seem like he could be the nicest guy, but I mean, hey, what's up? I mean, that's what they want to do. WWE wants to do. That's what they want to do. Shane versus Brock at Royal Rumble or Goldberg, whoever. It's going to be interesting. Definitely won't see Goldberg on TV. I mean, sorry, Brock Lesnar on TV for some time, though.
We'll see Goldberg on TV. I don't know if I want to see Goldberg and Brock. Honestly, it's like Goldberg's old. I mean, that's really all they got for Brock is to bring in old guys to take him on, or a few guys who can even wrestle him now. I mean, it's really kind of like, okay, what are you going to do with Brock? Who do you got for Brock to face? Nobody, really.
Or Shane brings in Samoa Joe. Now, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good, but I'd be afraid Samoa Joe would get crushed by him, too.
I want Triple H to just bury Brock once and for all. I'm a huge Triple H mark. So you must be a huge NXT fan then. So let's touch on the two more things on SmackDown before we end the show tonight. Then Joe can be the star of SmackDown. That'd be awesome. We had American Alpha versus Breeze Dango in another tournament match. This match is awesome, and I'm glad they gave this match time and not the Usos and Ascension time. They gave the right match time. This match was great. Alpha get the win over Breeze Dango. I really enjoyed this match.
Completely agree. I was blown away by this match. I didn't think it was going to be that good. And I was like, wow, this match is good. And it's like, wow. I mean, I was blown away by it. Tonight was really good in general. But, I mean, yeah, this match was really good. Really enjoyed it. For a minute, I thought American Alpha was going to hit the Steiner Brothers Bulldog. I was like, holy crap, are they going to hit that?
Good match, still. Good match. Good match. Okay, so the main event was Styles versus Ziggler with Ambrose on commentary, which I appreciate all the hearts. Everybody giving us hearts in Periscope. Thank you. Like I said, this is Get the Tables podcast, episode number 13. We are live every night on Tuesday after SmackDown Live. Talking SmackDown, talking Raw, talking, whatever wrestling throughout the week, any breaking news, whatever. So we appreciate all the hearts that y'all guys throw at us, all the follows, everything. The hearts are really much appreciated. The hearts are what we need. We appreciate that on Periscope. Thank y'all guys. Periscope is where we get our most views on, and we really appreciate our live support. Anyways, Styles versus Ziggler main event. What did you think of the match?
The match was phenomenal. It was really good. Really enjoyed, better than Ambrose and Ziggler at SummerSlam.
Yes.
And this match really, I mean, it was probably one of the best matches of the whole weekend. Counting the whole weekend plus tonight. I mean, it was definitely better than any match on Raw. And I mean, wow, these guys killed it tonight. Ziggler going out there, putting on another great match. To me, AJ Styles right now is having the best matches of his career. First John Cena, tonight Ziggler. He could probably be the best wrestler in the WWE period right now. I haven't tweeted out that out. I think he's the best wrestler right now in the WWE. The match is great. And Styles actually won with the Styles Clash, so that was cool. And Styles is becoming like on a different level right now. They're putting him on a different level. Where Ziggler hit his finisher on him, and then he still kicked out. Just like when Cena hit the AA from the top rope. And I'm thinking, like, man, if he can beat John Cena, and John Cena didn't know how to stop him, there's no way Ziggler's going to beat him.
Right. I mean, really good match, really good SmackDown. So it's going to be Styles and Ambrose versus each other at BackLash 101. That's your main event so far. So it's going to be a pretty good BackLash in what you said, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Vote. What was the better show, Raw or SmackDown? I know Justin said SmackDown. Dave?
I mean, I kind of have to. I was before the show started. I was gonna say Raw, but I mean, man, I think SmackDown just really delivered tonight. The tag match, really focusing on the women's division. Almost two segments, I'll say, with the women.
Okay. Raw vote.
Tag match. And the two tag matches were great, and I think just the main event just blew it out of the water. And the main event was great, and I think SmackDown won just because, even though it's not really fair to compare, because Raw is 3 hours long. And there's going to be some boring spots during Raw. There's some dull moments that you probably really don't care about. So that's
a fair point. I feel you. I don't know, man. I was bummed out. I wasn't feeling either one. Hey, that's fine. I don't feel you. I feel you on that. 6 hours. I feel you on that. My vote goes for NXT. Johnny Knockout. Oh, I forgot to mention him. Oh my, that's funny. SmackDown was definitely the winner in my book. So that's what, 5 weeks in a row that they've won. Man.
It's not always the quantity, it's more the quality of the matches, and I think SmackDown's quality tonight, even though they might lose in the ratings again to Raw, but I think just the quality of matches SmackDown is putting on, they're much better. Because Raw isn't really elevating their tag team division or their women's division. Because they're only showing, Raw only showed Bayley and Charlotte. And her and Dana Brooke had a match, but that's all they showed for the women. And then with the tag teams, you had the Dudleys leaving, and then you had the New Day and the Club. And then you had Anderson and Gallows. Even though I'll give them credit, they did show Shining Stars too. But normally they only focus one part, and they have like a 3-hour show.
Right.
And let's not forget September, was it 14th? Or whatever it is, they're going to be doing the cruiserweight. The cruiserweight division is coming to Raw, so that's going to be fun and exciting.
Yeah, cruiserweight division will give SmackDown definitely a run for their money.
And Alexander is official for that series, so that's going to be awesome. Cedric Alexander.
Yes. So also the giveaway, I'm going to give the giveaway next week. Because it wasn't fair for everybody who wasn't able to get into the show last Sunday because of my mistake of being suspended and everything. So what I'm going to do is everybody who gave me hearts in here and is in the show next week, I'm going to do the giveaway. It's going to be a DVD. I'm going to show you what it is on Periscope. Nope, it doesn't matter if you give me the most hearts or anything like that. I'm just going to go by. I'm sorry?
That would be interesting if we did the giveaway either next week or whenever we did it. Like whoever gave you the most hearts in like a minute, you would pick them to win. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but then that's not really too. I don't know if you can get like if you can. There's a limit or whatever.
There is a limit.
But that would get everybody to tap hearts to get for a giveaway. I know that. I don't want to get hearts the cheap way, but I do appreciate everybody in the Periscope tonight coming in here and giving us hearts. Everybody that comes in every episode. I think every episode we've come on here, we've always had a solid show. Tonight we had a total of almost 20 viewers. That's freaking awesome. I mean, appreciate everybody, Panama Zach to Texas. Let me give a shout out to everybody's in here. Zach O'Doody, Doodle, I'm sorry. Jimmy, Sean Anderson, Bizarre 96, Dave, of course, moderating the chat. And Texas Kid for Life, always, we always appreciate you, man. We always come in here and appreciate you. We really, guys, appreciate everybody that come in here on YouTube, on Periscope. Like we say, y'all are our life support on YouTube, on Periscope. You always. Oh, speaking of that, before we end the show, this guy wants to talk football. We are going to do a NFL Pick'em show. I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it next. How about we do it next? Probably next week sometime. We're gonna do a NFL Pick'em show where we just do 6 games between the 3 of us, and we see who's the winner at the end of the season. You guys are more than welcome to jump in here, do some picks too with us. But yeah, definitely gonna do that. But everybody coming in here, you're gonna hate me in here. Yes, you're going to hate. There's a Giants fan and Texas Kid for Life. Oh God, you're not gonna want. That's good luck to you. If you guys were WWE writers, how would you bring Triple H back?
That's a good question.
This is the last question before we end it. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
Have Triple H stop Lesnar?
Now, what I would do, I would have it would have to be do with Seth Rollins getting hurt in Stephanie's face really bad, and that would bring out Triple H and to possibly set up a Triple H and Rollins feud. It would have to do something like that, where Steph just berates his wife and Triple H snaps and comes out.
Right. Rollins and Triple H, I think, is going to happen. Triple H needs to bury Lesnar for good, seriously. Brock needs to hit Stephanie or something. I don't want to see Triple H and Brock, but they could do that. I think they're going to go more the Rollins Triple H route, which we're supposed to do last WrestleMania. But we'll see. That's what makes it interesting. So we'll definitely see. Give us more time to think about that, because that was a tough on-the-spot question. Maybe we'll touch more on it next week if you're still in here. But again, like I said, we're going to do a wrestling DVD giveaway next week. So like I said, if you all the replay viewers and everybody in here, hearts will be that's how I'll take notifications. And then next week, if you're in here as well, we'll take more, and then I'll do the giveaway that night. I'll throw some names in the hat and just draw one. Yeah, that's going to end our show tonight. We appreciate everybody coming in here. Sorry, Justin had to leave early. He wasn't really feeling too great, and his iPad was about to die. So thanks for him coming in here under the weather and coming in here. Appreciate everybody coming in here, talking to us and chatting with us. All these recognizable names, I really do appreciate it. If I could give away everything to all, I would do it, but want to make it fair. Dave, any last words before we sign off till next week?
Just some really quick stuff. TNA. Last week. I'll do that really quick. We're gonna have. We had Alex Rex is Sandow, who's going to be refereeing a match this week. The Broken Hardys are going to be in a tag title shot. They had a pretty good ladder match. And, I mean, Bobby Lashley threw away the titles, and we're going to get a new title eventually coming up. I don't know when. So it'll be stupid, but MMA title, so it's going to be really dumb, but whatever. And this week there's going to be a battle royal. It's Turning Point. It's a special Turning Point episode. So it's going to be a battle royal and whoever wins gets a shot that night at Lashley's title. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's different, but it's really, I guess you want to watch it. There's been a lot of wrestling this week, so yeah. So good luck. But, yeah, I mean, that's just some little stuff that's going on in TNA, other than you got Sandow/Rex going to be refereeing a match this week. I can't wait to see who actually wrestles first. I assume it'll be McIntyre/Galloway. But, yeah, I assume it'll be him, his first match, but we'll see. But it should be good. Those are the reasons, guys. The only reason I watch it is for those guys, but still.
Yep, and that's it, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will be back next week for the Get the Podcast episode number 14. Should be interesting. Appreciate everybody coming in here. Now that'll be it. Thanks, everybody.